This is the first time I've seen someone directly ask Giannis, "Do you want to be in Milwaukee?" Here's his response.
You talked about obviously wanting to win, compete for championships. Do you want to be here if you guys are not able to? I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm sure. Don't ask me that question. I'm sure. It's disrespectful towards myself and my teammate. I wear that jersey every single day. Disrespectful towards the organization, my coaching staff, myself, and all the people that work hard for me to come out here and say I don't want to be here. Don't ask me that question. I'm sure I'm putting on the jersey, and as long as I'm here, I'm going to give everything I have, even in the last second of the game.
Giannis is 100% wrong. He's been delusional about this all to the point where he thinks that if he doesn't technically say, if he's not the one technically requesting the trade, then he's not requesting the trade. I have an entire video on this where we get into the semantics of, well, his agent can do whatever he wants. Giannis isn't in control of his agent. And then he actually contradicts himself and says that his agent works for him. He clearly wants out of Milwaukee. And no, this is not disrespectful at all. In fact, this reporter, and I wish his name was in the articles, but I haven't come across his name, but the reporter is doing his job. You have to ask this. If you're a reporter and you have all of these trade rumors around Giannis, you have to ask him. And here we see a reporter doing just that. And then Giannis wants to dismiss it as disrespectful. So let's go through the clip one more time.
You talked about obviously wanting to win, compete for championships. Do you want to be here?
So the reporter says, "You've talked about wanting to win and win championships. Do you want to be here?"
If you guys are not able to, I'm sure.
And then he continues, "If you guys are not able to," and then Giannis interjects.
I'm sure. I'm sure. Don't ask me that question. I'm sure.
So he doesn't like the question because Giannis he wants to have this reality where he's not the one demanding out of Milwaukee. And I think the reason he wants this is he doesn't want to be like all of the other basketball players that have demanded a trade out of their current team. Giannis has seen this over and over again, and I think he sees those players as Americanized type of players who are demanding trades, and he doesn't want to be in that light, but that's exactly what he's doing. And I think this is especially bad because the Bucks have given him what he wanted. When the Bucks got Damian Lillard, he was happy about that trade. Now, obviously, that turned out bad, but that was also that was foreseeable. It was foreseeable that Damian Lillard would get injured, not in the way he did, but just the fact that he's older. He's a shooting guard that's reliant upon athleticism. That very likely wasn't going to turn out that well. But now it's clear that it's Giannis and the Bucks have done whatever they can, including taking a loss really on stretching Damian Lillard and then signing Miles Turner. And I think the Bucks have handled this all wrong. If someone doesn't want to be there, then you really don't want them there. But Giannis has also been inconsistent, and we've seen this in a clip. And I'm going to link to the other video where I covered this. But there's actually a clip of Giannis when they're playing the Knicks, and I think they win this game. Giannis points to himself and says, "This is my city." So he's obviously got some internal conflict about this. But this is the wrong way to respond to this question. He should have just said, "I'm not going to comment on any trade situations," and that would have dismissed this. But the question is not disrespectful at all. The question is warranted, and this is the type of I think this is the type of direct question I would want to see more from reporters. I think this reporter actually should be lauded for doing his job because so many other reporters won't ask Giannis directly, and they let him get away with acting like this is all too confusing and there are so many rumors and we just can't know what's what. And it's like, no, Giannis, this is coming from you. This isn't a rumor, and you could just, if it was a rumor, then you could end it right now. The reason you're not ending it is because it's true, but because you don't like that it's true, then you won't answer this question directly, and then you lash out at the reporter and say, "Don't ask me that question." It's just because you don't like it. It's not disrespectful. Don't ask you that question because you don't want to answer it because you don't like the reality that you are the player that is demanding a trade out of your team. And I think what Giannis would prefer is if this comes across as if the Bucks want to trade him. And the Bucks, I mean, obviously it's so clear that they desperately want to keep him, and Giannis very much wants out. So let's continue on with the clip.
Yeah, it's disrespectful towards myself and my teammate. I wear that jersey every single day.
Okay, wearing the jersey every single day doesn't mean anything. It just means you haven't been traded. It's not disrespectful. And in fact, I think probably the Bucks, at least the teammates, appreciate the reporter asking this because everyone would like to get a straight answer, which you will not give. And if you're not going to give a straight answer, then don't give the incorrect one and call this disrespectful. It's not disrespectful at all. You have demanded a trade. Your agent has requested a trade if you didn't technically demand it. And so it's a warranted question. Do you want out of Milwaukee? It's not disrespectful at all.
Disrespectful towards the organization, my coaching staff, myself, and all.
No, not at all. Not at all. It, Giannis Giannis has a real problem with reality. He does. He is. I think there is genuine internal conflict about the fact that he has asked out of Milwaukee, and we've seen this. Dwyane Wade actually hit on this in the I think there's the Amazon Prime show where he talked about it's been 4 years of this, and that's I think that comes through with Giannis's internal conflict. He wants out, and so it puts the Milwaukee Bucks in a constant state of is he going to stay or is he not? He clearly wants out. I'm going to talk about Giannis more because the trade rumors are affecting many other teams. If I'm a team, I really don't want Giannis. I think he's so reliant upon athleticism. At 31 years old, he's already been injured this season. He's a guy I'm staying away from. I'm not going to go all in on Giannis unless it's like you could do it if you were the Warriors and you don't have a chance anyway. You need to have some team that's like on the outside of being a pretender where Giannis is going to immediately bring them forward. But otherwise, if I'm a team that has prospects, that has a legitimate chance at the championship, I'm not trading away my assets and my future for Giannis. Let's go ahead and just end this clip.
The people that work hard for me to come out here and say I don't want to be here. Don't ask me that question. I'm here. I'm putting on the jersey, and as long as I'm here, I'm going.
Yeah, so putting on the jersey, being here, it doesn't mean anything. He has to know this question was going to come inevitably. So if it's going to come, just think about it. Okay, if I say I'm not going to comment on any of the trade speculation, then that effectively walls you off from the question. You don't have to answer it, and then you also don't have to sit here and mislabel something as disrespectful. This is not disrespectful at all. This was a great question. This was the reporter doing their job, and I think other reporters, I've seen them hint around this and ask him around it. It was good to see someone, even this reporter, the way he set it up, he didn't directly say it, but it was close. Let's listen one more time.
You talked about obviously wanting to win, keep your championship.
So one thing the reporters do is they start off with they preface the question. You don't need to preface the question. You could just go ahead and ask, do you want to be in Milwaukee? It's as simple as that. So you don't have to, and we see this when someone is going to say something negative about a player or whoever it is, they'll start by saying they like them. You don't have to do that. Just go ahead and ask the question. And also, nobody remembers the preface anyway.
Do you want to be here if you guys are not able to? I'm here.
There it is. I mean, that was as close to direct as you get. Do you want to be here? And then he was going to add, if you guys aren't going to compete, something like that.
I'm here. I'm here. Don't ask me that question. I'm here. It's disrespectful towards my.
I think that so it's not disrespectful. It's that you don't like the reality. You don't like how you're internally conflicted about demanding out of Milwaukee. Giannis doesn't want to see himself in this light, and it just comes through. It's so clear. It's so clear because he stayed in Milwaukee this long because he doesn't want to be yet another player that is demanding a trade out of their team. He wants out. He doesn't want to be that guy, but he is.